meeting is being held in conformance with the Sunshine Law. Notice of time, date, and place has been furnished to the Bergen Record and the Ridgewood News. Notice has also been posted on the bulletin board of the Administration Building. Would the clerk kindly take the roll?
Mayor Giordano.
Here.
Mr. Brennick.
Here.
Ms. Sarah Drake.
Here.
Mr. Marnello.
Here.
Mr. Ritchie.
Here.
Ms. Smith. Here. Ms. Wingate.
Here.
Everyone kindly rise for Pledge Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us have a moment of silence for all Waldick veterans and all veterans across our country who have given the ultimate sacrifice to serve our country, some not coming home, so that we could live in a land that is free and assembled the way we are tonight. The clerk, please do the prayer.
Dear Lord, we start this meeting asking for your guidance and wisdom. May we find unity and fairness. The outcome should reflect our wishes to assist the borough in all their endeavors. Thank you in his name. Amen.
Amen. At our reorg meeting in the beginning of January, we started a new tradition. I'd like to continue with it. Everyone that's in the room, look to your left, to your right, in front of you, and back of you, and say hello to your neighbor. Tonight, we are here to give the 2025 Citizen of the Year Award out. The 2025 Citizen of the Year was born in Manhattan and lived in Flushing, New York, until his family moved to Waldwick in 1976. After graduating from Waldwick High School, he went to William Patterson in Wayne, New Jersey, then to Chubb Institute for Computer Programming. His career as a computer programmer introduced him to many people of all different walks of life, which he still maintains contact and friendships with. In March of 2002, while living in Hoboken, an accident changed our Citizen of the Year's life. After about a month's hospital stay, he was accepted to Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation in West Orange. After 1 year and a half of rehabilitation facilities and surgery, he moved back to Waldwick with his parents. In November of 2012, during Hurricane Sandy, he was at Canine Companions in Medford, Long Island, New York, training with Cuz, who would become his beloved service dog. Cuz offered him a whole new sense of independence, loyalty, and championship up until the day in which, unfortunately, he passed away in February of 2024 at the age of 13 years, 8 months. His attitude and outlook has inspired many people who know him or just met him by passing by with him. He looks at what he can do rather than what he can't do. He never asks, why me? He has reflected on the fact that his situation has given him different adventures, memories, and relationships that he could never have had before. He is the founding member of Waldwick Access for All, WAFA, which was established in 2018. He advocates for and worked with all our borough administrators, and even with Tatiana, and the Bergen County Department of Planning and Engineering to ensure ADA-compliant buttons were installed at several busy intersections that we put in. He provided essential feedback on the Ted Bell Park and Lions Club playground renovations to help ensure that they were fully assembled and inclusive for children and all types of disabilities. He worked with New Jersey Transit Accessibility Compliance Director to highlight the need for renovations at the Waldwick train station. His experience as a person living with this disability has been invaluable to WAFA's mission. He is dedicated to opening doors to everyday experiences, inspiring greater public understanding, and championing a community where everyone belongs and thrives. His actions of giving back to our community is love in action. He doesn't just have the time to give back to Waldwick, he has the heart to give back to Waldwick. He's made Waldwick a better place one step at a time. He has a deep love for Waldwick and our residents that is unending. Muhammad Ali once said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." It is my great honor as mayor to present the 2025 Citizen of the Year Award to Jim Laughlin. Rebecca Lee. But I want to thank you very much for what you do for us, for Wafa, and what you do for the community. You're a great asset, and it means a lot to have great people like you in our community.
Thank you.
This year, it's the mayor's fifth annual holiday decorating contest was held, and we've had 3 winners. And I'd like to announce them and ask them to kindly come up and accept a certificate and a gift certificate. First, we have Most Outlandish, who is not here tonight. That was 65 Lillian Street, Jason and his son Alex. Oh, you're here? Oh, okay. I'm very sorry. I thought you were not going to be here. Congratulations. Thank you. The most creative house was 119 Longview Drive, the Chronopolis family. They unfortunately cannot be here, but they will receive this certificate and also their gift certificate that we gave them. For best overall was 321 Wyckoff Avenue, the Grosso family. Christopher and Jessica, along with Sophia and Zachary, who inspired the theme and decorations. They want to thank you, congratulate you, and have you come up. Thank you. This year we did a little something different when we had different contests. First we had the Halloween decorating contest, in which we did a raffle at the Senior Club, or the Golden Club, and the winners of that came out and they judged the contest. This year what we decided was, in regards to the holiday decorating party, or the contest, I called it a party because in the car I was with 2 young girls who were very chatty. They were talking very nicely. They taught me a lot of stuff that I never knew. And they're very, very polite young ladies. They were with their moms. And what I decided that we were going to have mothers and daughters do the contest this year. And I just want to let them come up and be recognized for helping us out, do the judging, and helping us out making the decision. They were really serious about it. We had to stop 2 or 3 times. We had to look at the houses. They even ran on the lawns and took pictures of everything. They really enjoyed themselves, and that's what Waldwick's all about. And I just want to say one thing before I announce them. I always quote certain people all the time. And I know one person out here, Ella, knows how much I like Disney. So I just want to let you know, and this was said by Snow White. She said, remember, the one thing that can fill the world is sunshine. So always make sure you're happy. Always make sure both of you are happy. Make sure you always do the best you could to be the best you could be. Because people do see it and people do recognize it. So I'd like to have Heather and Ella and our new councilwoman, Courtney Wingate, and Lucy kindly come up. Okay, this is for you. And this is for you also, for Valentine's Day. And so your brother doesn't get mad, we got something for him, okay? And this is for you. This is for Ethan. And this is for you also. Okay, and I want to thank you very much for helping us out. And since you volunteered, we're going to be asking a lot of you, so get ready, okay? Okay, thank you very much. Now we're going to take a minute break to congratulate everyone. We're going to resume in a minute. before we continue, we're just going to have one of the people from the community kindly come up and just say a few words to us. Tom Pinkham?
You want me to come up there?
You can come right here, so you don't have to stay for the whole meeting.
I'm Tommy Pinkham. I reside at 2 Roberta Lane. I recently lost my brother and my wife, and you people were gracious enough to send a condolence card. I just wanted to stop up and express appreciation from me and my family. I told them all about it, and they were gracious, and they thought very highly of it, thought it was nice. So from all of us to all of you, we thank you.
Thank you, Tommy.
So sorry, I'm so sorry.
Council, good evening, everyone. Tonight starts our budget process. We had this same style of budget meetings last season, worked out great. Anybody that was coming out for council meetings had an opportunity to come ahead of the council meeting so that we could speak about the upcoming budget. And this evening, we have our Chief of Police, Chief Seifert, who will be presenting on behalf of the police department, and we'll get started with the budget capital items from the police. So, council, new council, old council, this is the opportunity to ask questions, to understand what's being presented. The chief has put a lot of thought into what is being presented this evening. Lieutenants are available as well, and happy to have them here and be part of this process. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. We really appreciate it. As always, your continued support for the Waldo Police Department is always appreciated as well. Thank you for the opportunity to present our capital budget request. This year, we are seeking to purchase the Axon Integrated Equipment Suite. This proposal will address critical operational needs and regulatory requirements while positioning our department for improved efficiency and public safety. Our current situation right now, and when I say Axon, this covers body-worn cameras, in-car video cameras, and our current tasers that we have. We're looking to replace all 3 of those. They are out of their life expectancy, and they're in need of replacement. Right now, we currently, our body-worn cameras are approximately 6 years old, and our in-car cameras are as well. We use a WatchGuard system, which is owned by Motorola. When we first purchased WatchGuard 6.5 years ago, they were an independent standalone company. Now they're owned by Motorola, which is a much bigger company, and WatchGuard is a very small portion of their business. We are looking at our current tasers right now. We have Taser 7s. These are due for an upgrade. We are looking to upgrade them to the Taser 10 models. Those are owned and operated by Axon, which we have. Axon is a very large body-worn camera and in-car camera vendor. We are looking to combine all of our systems into one for easier use, easier access, and easier for our officers. Just so you know, if you're not aware, our body-worn cameras are mandated by the New Jersey Attorney General's office, and our tasers serve as our primary less lethal defense tool as per our Waldo Police Department policy. Also included in our body-worn cameras that we're looking to purchase would be our SLEOs that are operated at our schools. They do not have the body-worn cameras with them when they're in the building, but if they are working outside of school events for us, they are required by the Attorney General to wear them. When I say required, police officers in Waldo at all times have their body-worn cameras on them. That is a mandate from the Attorney General. We have no say in that. Rather than replacing our equipment piecemeal with separate vendors, we propose adopting Axon's unified platform. This integrates body cameras, tasers, and in-car cameras, along with a digital evidence management system and reporting tools into the single cohesive system. Some advantages of the platform. It will eliminate the complexity of managing multiple vendor systems, as I explained, that don't talk to each other. Axon and WatchGuard cannot communicate with each other. If we had the Axon suite, everything talks to each other. This will reduce errors in evidence workflows through seamless integration. Our Axon Evidence Cloud platform would centralize video, audio, and device data, making evidence easier to store, tag, redact, and share with prosecutors. Included in the price that we have from Axon is their evidence management system as well as cloud storage. Right now we have in-house storage, which I'm not sure if you're aware, but it fills up fast. It's tough to keep track of. We have to put more money into it to expand the storage. Here it's in the cloud. I don't even know where the cloud is. It might be in Utah. We're not sure. But it gets everything up in the cloud. And automated activation features will ensure critical moments are captured when lights or sirens engage. Right now, we currently have 24 body-worn camera device malfunction sheets in the last 4 months. Those are documented in officers' reports. When I say in officers' reports, that means we missed something on the body-worn cameras that we shouldn't have missed. And we missed it because of the malfunctions. Those are only documented. There are other malfunctions that we're starting to see with our systems. And I'm going to pass this around real quick. One of the things that we're seeing a lot is batteries. The batteries are swelling. We have had to replace about 24 of them in the last 16 months. I keep having to buy them. It's getting to be a little bit of an expensive cost. I'll just pass them around real quick so you can see, but they're starting to swell and break apart a lot. With the new system comes in enhanced hardware performance, longer life on the batteries, wide field view of high resolution sensors for clear detailed evidence, and real-time situational awareness features. Axon's got a proven track record for this product. Multiple towns around here use it. The Bergen County Prosecutor's Office, who is the chief law enforcement agency in the county, uses it. When we have cases that we work with them, it's very difficult for us to take our information at a WatchGuard and put it into their Axon files. It is not easy to do. Some benefits of the single vendor integration, streamlined training and support, like I said earlier, consistent training protocols across all equipment, meaning everything is the same. Single point of contact for maintenance and tech support. Right now, I call Motorola, I wait for 48 hours for a call back sometimes. Again, I said, Motorola is a very large company, and body-worn cameras is not a big part of their sell. Reduce administrative burden on procurement and logistics. It's tough to kind of coordinate with your body-worn cameras when they're consistently going down. And back to the automated activation features that will ensure critical moments are captured when your lights go on. That's our body-worn cameras. Our in-car cameras are just as old. We're seeing some serious deficiencies with those. The wiring's starting to get a little outdated. When we get new cars, we upgrade the wiring and it just goes car to car. So our systems have been changed over 2 or 3 times. The new in-car camera system comes standard in our cars and it's installed right there with all new wiring. It also has a function with ALPRs. So we have 2 functioning ALPRs in our cars. Now we would be able to throw 7 out there because this new system for the in-car cameras comes with the ALPR. Those are license plate readers. The TASER integration. Currently we have our TASER 7s. I think we purchased them in 2018. It's a little hard to find the record when we deployed them out in 2019. The TASER 7s fire 2 projectiles that need to hit a person within 12 inches apart. They do not penetrate through heavy jackets or heavy sweatshirts, but you need to have the 2. They have 2, each cartridge has 4 projectiles, it fires with 2. If you're ineffective, you can throw another 2 out. If you're ineffective, you got to change a cartridge, and we don't carry multiple cartridges. The new TASER 10s are individual projectiles, 10. All you need to do is strike 2 separate projectiles. You could hit 2 leg shots, and that will cause the NMI, which is what we're looking for, which is neuromuscular incapacitation. So the 10 is the way to go. It's a newer product. It's only been out for about 8 months. When we're upgrading our cameras and our in-car, it makes sense to upgrade the tasers while we're at it. Body-worn cameras, just some quick things. They'll reduce frivolous complaints and litigation costs by providing objective evidence. We've had nothing but positive interactions with our body-worn cameras. We want to make sure we have the best for our officers when it comes to us having our body-worn cameras. Quick response capability for records, requests, investigations enhances public trust. We want to be able to throw something out there if we're here with an open request. We want to be able to get out right away. Our current redaction system that WatchGuard provides, it takes about 4 hours to redact 1 hour of video. So we have a serious incident where we have 4 officers there, could be 4 hours. We're looking at well over 12 hours for 1 person to redact video. The new redaction tools that come with Axon would cut that in probably 75% of the time. It's a lot easier, it's more user-friendly. We've demoed it, it's great. We've seen it in other towns, and there's nothing but positive feedback on it. And some future scalability on it. Single vendor relationship simplifies contract support and training updates. And the platform is designed for easy integration of future tools. I can add anything else to it. If down the road we were to purchase a drone, I could be added into that with any kind of video from that. It could be added into our evidence management system. We are currently using the evidence library that Axon provides because we have to have it for the tasers. So having a purchase with the new body-worn cameras and the in-cars, it would just be a larger evidence library function for us, but we still have it in there. Quick transition to Axon's integrated suite will deliver measurable improvements in operational efficiency, officer and public safety, evidence management workflows, and transparency, all through a unified, scalable platform. This investment addresses mandatory requirements while positioning our department for future technological advancements. Going to the Axon suite in a bundle form for all of these products saves on our quote that we received about $88,000 in the total price. If we were to piecemeal it together, maybe something here, something next year, it could add almost $100,000 in total costs. So this is the main reason why we're looking to do this right now in one shot. And that's it I have on Axon. Questions? Happy to answer.
What does it cost?
The price that we have, sticker price, is $413,000. That's for 5 years of equipment with a replacement every 2.5 years. So in 2.5 years, our body cameras come off and we get new body cameras.
And there's no charge for that.
No charges included in the price.
And that $413,000
Yes, ma'am.
price tag is for the total 5-year buy-in.
Total 5-year buy-in.
And
Full warranty on all 5 years. Something breaks, we fix it. Currently with our Motorola, we are out of warranty. So every time we we have an issue, we're spending money. We're spending a significant amount of money. Our redaction program in itself is costing us around $6,000 a year. I feel like the borough's putting good money into a bad product at this point, and it's something that we don't support.
And Axon has allowed us to make those payments over time.
We can, the way I have it drawn up is I stretch it out as long as they would allow. So we have an initial payment in the year, and it can be up to 5 years for payment. So we'd be looking around $78,000, $76,000 each year for 5 years.
Okay.
Well,
Are there any grants available for this?
So there was a grant issued in 2020. When we first purchased the body-worn cameras, we did receive a grant for just the camera portion. I've been speaking to our grant writing company now. Nothing is available from the Attorney General's office. There could be something that's released this year since most towns are out of the 5-year warranty window. We're looking at it. If it comes out, we're going to pop it in right
Yeah,
away.
we've got our fingers crossed when we put it
Got
on
our
the
fingers
radar
crossed,
and
yeah.
if anything comes out.
I believe that if we were in contract and in making this payment, the body-worn camera cost just for the equipment would be around $52,000. So we would apply for the grant just for that portion. That would
Okay.
cover us in the 5 years.
Well,
Chief, after the 5 years, we have to buy again, or how long is the life?
The contract goes into another phase after that. They like to replace their products in every 2.5 years. We've gotten 2 product replacements out of that. So what they give to us after the 5 years, we'll get a new product in 5 years, and then after that, I'm not sure what the pricing would change, and I'm not sure what the deal would be in that point.
And what other towns are doing this?
A lot.
A lot.
Well, the prosecutor's office is the main one. What they use is really what I feel all towns should use.
And you talked to a lot of these people about
Talk to several. This is what we feel is the best product for us.
for our town. Okay.
Next question, what's the proposed timeline for transitioning from WatchGuard to Axon?
We could get it done in a matter of months. The installers would come from Exxon. They're based in Massachusetts. Spends about 2 days on each car. And in-house training they would provide also for our body-worn cameras and our tasers. Lieutenant Moore is our taser instructor. We train frequently with our tasers now, so it would be what we think is a seamless transition. In this bundle also comes with a lot of VR training that comes with the tasers, with VR goggles. So when we train with our less lethal, which this is our preferred method of less lethal, knock on wood, we haven't had it deployed since we've been in use since 2019. But we want to make sure that we train and we're proficient with it.
So it'll be, the next question, IT geek in me, right? We have internal servers sitting over there that hold all of our existing footage.
Yeah.
Would that be transitioned to the cloud servers from Axon?
So it stays in the WatchGuard server. There's a very large fee to change everything over at one time, which we don't think we need. If we need to pull video from that old WatchGuard system, we could do it on a case-by-case basis.
What kind of cybersecurity protections are there with the system?
As far as, well, Axon it's in the cloud-based. As far as their security that they provide, I've never heard of any compromised points with Axon and their video. I wouldn't expect to hear of any, but I can try to look into it and get back to you. I'm not 100% sure on what methods they use for the cloud. I kind of feel like everything now is cloud-based, like.
Which also brings up cybersecurity issues,
Right,
right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, well, which cloud service? Is it AWS, is it Azure, is it you know, where is it
Yeah.
back up, all that stuff.
I think it's in Utah, sir. That's what I'm going with.
Utah means nothing.
Pick that one.
Are we paying anything right now for WatchGuard, or is that contract all paid off?
That contract's all paid off, but every year we're recurring fees between 10 and 12,000.
10 and 12K, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we know if we've gotten quotes from WatchGuard on what it would cost to upgrade their equipment?
I have not, sir, only because I've been very turned off on the product, especially the last 18 months, with equipment failures and the redaction programs that aren't working for us. We're a small police department. We do have a civilian records clerk, but a lot of times we can't let him do most of those redactions. They have to be done by supervisors for the liability portion also. But he'll assist us with it. I'm devoting a lot of man hours to a redaction program that I don't feel is worth us paying personnel for that.
Well, that leads me to the next question. You know, what metrics can you follow to see what the ROI is on the investment? Is the hours for the men who are working on it right now?
I feel it's that. I feel it's the efficiency of the system. I feel it's what I hear and what I see from other areas that this is the preferred way to go. The video quality is 10 times clearer. I can't stress enough that when we're at a scene when we really need it, if we don't have it, that's bad for us. It's bad for the liability. It's bad for our officers. And we want to make sure we do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
The cost at 413, is that based upon number of pieces of equipment we have right now? If we add additional
Yes.
officers, whatnot, we have to add more equipment? Is that-
Yeah, so I did put a for all of our uniforms officers and administrative in our detective bureau, and I put one extra, and I put 2 in for our SLEOs. However, if there is an issue where one breaks, it's an automatic replacement. So if we did add, we would have in hand, we wouldn't have to add. Our 7 cars our 7 patrol cars would all have their own in-car system. I can't do anything with that. And then the TASER 10 purchase would be for 10 TASER 10s, which is what we currently have now, so we're just replacing what we have. And we devote 3 of those for training, 4 for patrol, and then we keep 2 extras just in case any go down.
Chief, can you just confirm that tasers, regardless of anything else, need to be upgraded for 2026? Is that?
Yeah, they're out of our warranties point. They are still supported by Axon, but we wanted to bundle it as we wanted to have the best technology that's available for our officers. So if there's a new product that they're pushing, we wanted to try to push that in with our bundle. Pushing that in with our bundle helps for our cost as well. If we wanted to do this a year down the road, it would be more expensive if we added the tasers.
Chief, another IT geek question for you. Is there any IT infrastructure costs or requirements that we have to have in order for their equipment to work?
No, I spoke to our IT company, Copen Computers. Several of the towns that they service use Axon. They're really familiar with it.
Yeah, follow up on that, Chief, if you don't mind. When it comes to software management, patches, upgrades, et cetera, is that all included in this, or
All
is this an à
included.
la carte menu?
All included.
It's all included?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how about hardware downtime?
Yes, sir.
What's your turnaround with that?
Axon says that they could have the equipment in between 7 and 10 days. So if we're sending something out that's broken, as soon as they get it, they're looking at it and immediately sending us one back.
Okay, and that's included in the price?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You mentioned the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office. Have you been in communication with them about
Oh, yes,
how well
ma'am,
it
all the
works?
time.
Yeah.
Well, they run the grand jury section, so we're constantly putting evidence into their file.
Oh, it's about the
We have
specific
to-
system?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. We have to take separate steps because we don't use the Axon platform.
Okay. Yeah, just
So-
to know how well it works
Yes.
in real time.
And we can see the difference when we look at Axon. All of our special operations in the county that run through the prosecutor's office. So some of our officers that are trained on those in our regional SWAT team, rapid deployment force, they all use Axon. So we have 4 officers that are trained in how to use the Axon body cameras also.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When we look at the 413,000, they have options, payment options versus a lump sum payment.
Yes.
If we go to the payments, is there an interest rate applied to that to cost us more?
Nope.
Or is it
I did not see an
interest-free for
interest
5
rate. It
years?
was trying to be as welcoming to the town to get our business as they can. 5 years would be the most they would stretch out.
Right, because when we look at it from our capital budget perspective, right, if there's an opportunity to take a hit in 1 year and save us the flexibility for capital in future years for other projects, something to look at, but if we're stretched and we have the opportunity to, you know.
Well, I
put
guess,
that on
yeah, I
payments.
was gonna ask, it's probably a question for Colleen, do we, even if we pay this over 5 years, do we have an expense it as a prepay up front, or can we actually stretch it out from budget to budget?
Are you saying from Exxon's perspective?
No, from our perspective,
Oh.
do we have to expense it as a prepay, all up front, or can we actually
Colleen
spread it
here,
out?
she
Yeah.
did speak with, she did some, do you want to come up, Colleen?
We'd end up having to do an ordinance for the full amount, but we don't have to draw the money down right away, draw it down in pieces.
So our down payment can reflect just the 1 year's, the one,
Yeah.
and then every year, we, okay. All right.
So at a minimum, Exxon would require 75,000 for year one, but if we wanted to increase that, to Joe's point, so that you have a little flexibility on years 2, 3, 4, and 5, you'd have that.
0%, right?
0%. I basically just took the whole number and asked them to cut it into 5 payments.
Mhm.
And that's what they were more than happy to do for us.
So it gets cheaper every year.
Yes.
Anybody else? No? Thank you.
You're welcome. One last thing on my, this is a 2-car year for us at the police department. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but every year we do 1 car replacement, then the next year we do 2, and then it goes 1 and then 2. So this is a 2-car year for us. Years ago, since I've been here, we used to lease cars. We have been in contact with some companies this year to try to lease our 2 police cars this year. A couple different factors on that. One, the payment's better. We pay for 12 months of the payment in one time in the year, and that's it for the year. We can stretch these over 5 years as a lease. After the 5 years is up, we can buy the car for $1. The good thing about it is that warranty is a very big component of this now. With our lease vehicles, comes with 5-year warranties. Right now, we're seeing our patrol cars at 3-4 years that are out of the total mileage, generally about 75,000 on the warranty mileage. We're getting kicked out of the warranty and having to pay for some of these things in full. It's running a little expensive on our budget line, so we're looking to explore the leasing options this year. We think it's better. We think it's more economically feasible for the borough. We would pay for this through our traffic car fund that we use. I'm not sure the exact name of it.
Colleen can come up, she can give an idea to the council. The nice thing about using that account is that this would take the vehicles outside of the capital budget process. So we'd be able to use the money that we've collected on
So
outside
when
duty.
when we work traffic details, we put a separate charge on the vendor per hour for the car. We rotate that into a separate account, and then we would like to use that for our upfit costs and for the lease payment that we would make for the year.
And the charges for the outside duty is calculated, it's done so that we make sure that the borough is not footing the bill for any of the outside duty. So there are different components that are added to the hourly rate for the police officers. We cover social security, workers' comp, the maintenance, the car, usage of the car, what else we got?
Workers' comp, is it?
Workers' comp, I said, there might be one or two
Yeah, I
other
think
things, but social security match. So each of the charges for these jobs are put into separate accounts to cover the cost that the borough initially has to output. So with the vehicle maintenance, we have a separate trust account where those funds are accumulated, and over time, it's enough to, purchase a car or two. We presently have enough to cover the two, whether we purchase or lease.
We just think the leasing's a better option. It's much less of a payment, and it will lock us in for that 5 years, and then we save for $1. You might notice on the side there, we keep about 4 cars that we just devote to traffic. They're older patrol cars that after we're done, we rotate them out, and they just work traffic for us. So they're out there replenishing basically that fund, so we can just put it to more cars.
Right, and to that point, the vehicles that you've taken off the road will be available for auction in
3,
2026.
we'd have 3 to auction this year with getting these 2.
You gave me more time to think. What's the record retention policy on our old server for all the WatchGuard film? How long we have to keep that, because that'll determine how long we have to keep paying for that server and all the upgrades on that.
Great question. Some stuff you might have to keep forever. There are certain retention rules that make us keep it forever. Some things will pop out in 90 days, some things 3 years, sometimes 7 years. I think that's as high as it goes, right? But some things we need to keep we need to keep forever. So we will still have the unit inside, but as far as I'm concerned, we pay for that already. That's ours. There would be no additional charge for it. It would just keep it in the rack.
Yeah, but we gotta keep the server upgraded, patched, maintained, all stuff like Andy
Correct.
was saying
Yeah,
before.
correct.
You know, so there's cost to that. So-
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Coben would charge us or how Coben would work that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking at some point, if there's things that roll off and you have a smaller set of data, does
Yeah.
it pay for that point to move that to the cloud so we can offload that server?
It would be. I priced it out with them, and it was around $45,000 to integrate that all into our current, into the current Axon.
For the
I
current data that you have.
Yes, ma'am. I just thought that would be a charge that we didn't need to put on us right now, and that we could just go case by case. Meaning if we needed anything, we'd still have access in there, and we could pull it off.
Yeah, we just gotta do a little cost, I mean, how much it costs us to
Absolutely.
maintain that server.
Yeah.
If it's $5,000 a year,
Sure.
make it up a number,
Yeah,
you know, what's the point of breaking even on
Absolutely.
moving it?
I understand.
Right, and you
Yeah.
get that server out of there, you don't have to worry about it flooding out and,
Absolutely.
dying.
I didn't price that out, so I will look into that.
Yeah.
Going back to the cars, can we see like a financial analysis showing leasing versus buying with actual numbers?
Sure. I think I have that in an email that I think I might have sent. I believe the percentage on it was about 6%, so it'd be about a $6,500 difference if we lease rather than buy.
Less or more?
What's that?
6,500, okay,
More. Yeah.
okay.
It is still a lease, so there is a percentage on it, an interest charge, so,
The Ford leasing?
yes. I think it was in the second document, I kind of broke down the pros and cons of on both sides.
I'm sorry, the 6.13% rate.
6.13.
I think we always did well with leasing of cars.
We really did, and then we got out of it. I just don't think that we could find a good deal then. We looked into it this year, we called a couple companies, and we found what we think is the best one that we can do. And it all comes out of All American Ford, which is local to us here. So we don't think that there would be a long wait like we see now with turnover when we purchase, because we purchase from the factory. So by the time we get our budget approved, if we purchased in April or May, we're generally getting the car in August, September, and we're not road ready until February, March of the next year. Here, I feel like we have on-lot supply, we can lease immediately and start our transition.
And how much more would it cost to transfer everything into the new vehicle from the old?
So those are the upfit costs that I don't have. They generally run between $20,000 and $25,000 per car. The one car that we would look to purchase here would be to replace an administrative car, so that would be substantially less of a hit than outfitting the whole patrol car. I would like to kind of time it if we are approved for the Axon, so that I'm not ripping a car apart on an upfit and then have to rip it apart again for a new in-car camera system to come
So the
in.
money we're paying to redo the car, it'll be either leased or buy, same price.
Same price. And we would, and after that 5-year lease, $1, we own it, and it rolls into traffic, and it works for us still.
Right.
Like we've had great success with these. But these are older. We have some 2014s out there. One of the cars we look to auction is an 09 administrative car that we have. So we're starting to have to put a lot of money into it. So it's probably just easier to auction it off at this point and redo.
Okay, great. Anyone else have any questions? Well, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having us. Any questions? Email, cell phone, whatever you guys need. All right? Thank you so much. Have a great night. You guys are happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now we're going to the-
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be continuing the meeting. Under the mayor's report, just a couple of items. January is always a busy time of the year. First, the beginning of the month, I was asked by Food Emporium to do a grand opening of their store. It was a great day for the Emporium company, the family, and especially all the residents. Everybody in the community here is very happy about what the store looks like, how they're being treated there. And I'd like to welcome them and wish them and all new businesses in Waldwick a great year and great success, and thank you for all being a part of our Waldwick family. I presided over the planning board reorganization meeting until they voted on a new chairperson, and the new chairperson is again Del Badalamenti. I attended the Board of Health meeting to introduce them to their new liaison, which is Angela Smith, and I thank them for all that they do for Waldwick and our residents. Angela will probably talk about that more under her committee. I attended the Environmental Committee meeting in which I'm their liaison, and that same night, the Board of Health meeting. They have many new ideas for 2026. Their main idea is to bring back the beautification committee and make Waldeck a little bit more beautiful so that people are proud of the community. Not that they're not, but just to be a little bit more proud of their community. I also attended the ambulance corps meeting to introduce them to their new liaison, Courtney Wingate, and I thank them also for their continued help and support to our residents. Courtney will do a report on that since she met them for the first time. Also, I attended an emergency meeting with Chief Troy Seifert, DPW, Police Department, representatives, the OEM, Councilman Andy Brennick, Administrator and Borough Clerk, to discuss the plans for the storm that just hit us. I want to thank the ambulance corps who volunteered to open up their building just in case anybody was without power. They could go there as a warming station and keep warm. Also, I'd like to thank all the residents for helping out their neighbors this big storm. A lot of people are a little concerned about how the streets were plowed, but we're doing our best to go back and correct everything. Our DPW men did a great job. They worked 18 hours, then they took a little time off, and then went back to work. Great snow like this is hard to put anywhere, so they're doing the best they could. Also, I'd like to thank the Waldeck Snow Angels. It's an organization that is on, I guess, social media, and they got some people together to go to residents' homes to shovel them out. This was done once before, and they keep on doing it. And this is a good feeling for the borough that they know if they need help, that the residents will come forward for them and help them. That's all I have to report for now. Financial Administrative Committee, Mr. Martinello.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. New side, new order. It's all, crazy over here. But, last week, same room though. Right. Last week I had a time to meet with Administrator Tatiana, Clerk Kelly, and Chief Financial Officer Colleen regarding the timeline and the procedural steps for the upcoming process for a budget. The finance administrative teams are currently working on closing out the year end, which includes closing out fiscal accounts, reconciling expenditures, and preparing final reports for the audit review. With these tasks nearing completion, the focus will shift over to development of the 2026 municipal and capital budgets. The key priorities at this stage include the labor negotiations with the police department, and simultaneously the team is conducting a thorough review of capital expenditure submitted by various departments with the emphasis on identifying projects or other significant value projects that will add to the community. But we have to ensure that we're being prudent with the fiscal management of those. In parallel, we'll start developing the operating budget for 2026. We'll leverage the same framework from last year that worked well for us and promote this streamlined workflow and enhance the efficiency throughout the budget cycle. To maintain a transparent communication, we'll have weekly meetings with the Finance Committee with Councilman Ritchie and Councilman Brennick on Fridays with the team here in the office. And the sessions will serve as an ongoing forum for status updates, issue resolution, and collaborative planning. We'll ensure that we keep the council updated every meeting that we have and any information that we can share with the team. It's important to recognize at this point that there's several external factors that are beyond the council's control, which exert a lot of influence on our budget. Notably, there's an increase in dependency on our surplus funds to balance the budget with a trend that we have to continue to watch as we go forward here. Councilman Ritchie has talked about that a lot over the last couple of years. In response, we have to take a comprehensive review of both potential tax increases, unfortunately, and surplus fund utilization for the 2026 fiscal year. Analysis is intended to support the council's commitment to long-term fiscal sustainability and responsible stewardship of the public's resources. Other opportunities for top-line revenue growth have to be reviewed, especially in conjunction with our redevelopment project here in Waldwick. Our ongoing efforts remain focused on maintaining low capital expenditures wherever feasible, while strategically prioritizing investments in high-impact projects that address core community needs. Tonight, we heard from Chief Seifert on a potential project that meets that criteria. In addition, we'll be reaffirming our commitment to essential infrastructure improvements like our road paving program, which we definitely have to continue investing in that. We hear it all the time from the residents. And we also have to start making plans for the remediation of the water issues that will come back from H2M. So those plans will cost money. We'll have to prepare for our capital expenditure on those. So that's it, Mr. Mayor. We'll have more updates as we continue.
Very good, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fire and Police Protection Committee, Mr. Brennick.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. To date, the fire department responded to 27 calls, multiple calls, different types all over the place, but that's what we do. Thursday night, there was a multi-agency ice rescue drill that was conducted by the fire department in conjunction with the police department and Walvac. It was well attended. It's an annual thing, so we're prepared. During the snowstorm, we responded to one call for service. I was in contact with the fire chief both before and during the storm, just to ensure that all of the pieces are in the right place and everybody knows what everybody else is going to do. It was well planned out, it was well thought out, and it was successful. I don't have anything else, that's it.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Mrs. Wingate.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So last week I went to the Walvac meeting where the mayor and I, or the mayor introduced me to everyone, so I was able to meet everyone. And I was able to speak with the president, Lucas, and he let me know that they are in need of volunteers. So they're doing everything they can to recruit volunteers. So if you are interested or know anyone that is interested or even want a sign to put up just to make sure the town knows that they need volunteers, you can go to Walvac and they'll give you all the information. They discussed at the meeting the first lieutenant, Ashley Statuto, and the second lieutenant, April Trainer, slept at Walvac HQ during the winter storm Fern. They took 2 calls and they were there to, make sure that the town was covered. There was a total of 21 calls taken on month to date, and also they attended the WFD, the ice rescue training that Mr. Brennick just referenced. And also, Lucas is working with the fire department and the police department to work through the recruitment and of getting the volunteers, and then also to make sure that they have enough drivers to make sure that the town is covered. So they're doing that in the interim, doing everything they can to get volunteers. So I want to just also thank them, for their everything they do for the town. It's really great. And anyway, sorry, I'm nervous, my first meeting. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I have to report on Walvac, so.
Yeah,
thank
they're
you,
very
Mr.
busy, yeah, they told Courtney and I they're very busy on recruiting people. That's the main thing this year. They went back to old members for drivers. They went to new members they're looking at. I think they picked up 2 new people, or they were promised 2 new people, but the fire department would help out. Fire department's taken a good stand with them. I think, didn't he say that they're going to be going to their meeting or something?
Yes, Lucas will be going to the fire department's business meeting to also work with the fire department and working hard to make sure they're covered with drivers.
Yep, and him and Tatiana and our police chief are constantly meeting to discuss this. It's not a problem for the borough, but they don't want to make it a problem eventually down the road, so they're jumping into it really quick. They have new procedures in which they're going to be, how they're going to run their calls and everything, which is being supervised by our administrator and also by our police chief. So I think we'll be all right, but if anybody wants to, help out as a driver, it's a good organization, and it'll be a great way to get back to the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recreation and Health Committee, Mrs. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As the new chair of this committee, the first thing I want to do is to thank our council president, Joe Martinello, for his 2 years of service as the chair of this committee, and for what he's done to make sure that our community is healthy and safe, and everything also that he's done to make sure that warrior sports are promoted. So I'm going to hopefully continue in the same tradition. So I did attend the Board of Health meeting, and the mayor was there to introduce me as well on January 15th. Their focus was, it was a reorganization meeting, and their focus was on looking at how existing services are utilized and what new services could be offered. Their particular emphasis is on mental health and wellness programs that might be introduced this year. So upcoming services that are actually scheduled, the Walden Child Health Clinic happens every third Wednesday of every month from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Walden Health Clinic, which is right behind the Ambulance Corps building. It serves children from 6 months to 17 years of age, and the next one is on February 18th. There are some details about eligibility and scheduling that are on the borough website. And if you have any difficulty finding or accessing information on the website, feel free to email me and the borough, and the borough will do its best, as well to find the information and make sure you have the information available. Last but certainly not least, with all the snow on the ground, it's hard to believe that opening day for Walden baseball and softball is April 25th. It's always a great event, and registration for players and coaches is open now on their website. And the WBSA president, who actually just left the building, is our own Chief Seifert. So I just wanted to thank the chief for also chipping in to be president of WBSA. So go Warriors.
Okay, thank you very much. Public Works Committee, Mr. Ritchie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have a whole lot more to add. Obviously, the DPW was working a lot. There's a lot of snow, so I think everyone was doing the best they can, the DPW and the residents. I think everyone was struggling to find places to put the snow, to be honest with you. So I was in touch with our superintendent. He thought, things went well. We promised to touch base on the capital budget, kind of what their needs are, after he's had, a chance to, after everyone's had a chance to rest a little bit. So we promised to connect this week. And then as my new role as a sewer authority liaison, I did miss the first meeting. I was traveling for work, but anyone who's watched our meetings over the last year knows how I feel about that. I don't know how that place somehow smells worse in the winter than it does in the summer, and I intend to try to figure out exactly why. And the mayor and I have agreed to meet this week to discuss maybe an aligned framework to potentially figure out why that sewer authority is smelling so much lately. And now that we have nice, new, beautiful businesses coming in across the street, I think we want to try to address that with them as soon as possible. So I look forward to being a part of that process this year. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Buildings and Grounds Committee, Ms. Ericola Drake.
Thank you, Mayor. The biggest ongoing project is currently at the Pistol Range, where we have a contractor working at this time. Anticipated completion was the beginning of February. They've completed the framework for the project, but the electrical control panel is currently on back order. So we're now estimating another month onto that completion date. So hopefully opening in mid-March, but we'll keep you posted. At the police department, we went from a dry system to a wet system, and part 2 of that was insulating the attic. So we were able to get a contractor to do the spray foam in the attic using our capital budget money. We now have heaters in there, so it's made a huge difference in the overall heat of the building. Next is Borough Hall. There are no projects approved for 2026 yet, as we just started our budget planning, but a couple $1,000 heating repair may be possible for upstairs. And there's also a big storage space at the top of the stairs that we've been thinking about using as a meeting space location. For the DPW building, they would like to spruce up the front outside of the building for a long-term maintenance of the building. And finally, I inquired with Tatiana about any potential roadwork planned that might affect the 5K route for May 3rd. The only thing outside of our control would be county projects, so I'd like to follow up with her today if they've found anything about that.
I put it on Mike's radar, and he'll let us know what they tell him as they flesh it out. Yeah.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Our administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Everyone has talked about it, but just want to extend thanks to the community for really focusing on getting your cars off the street during the snow. We're anticipating some possible additional snow this weekend. I know it's difficult, and as the councilman mentioned, it becomes difficult on finding a place to put the snow. But Borough Hall was buzzing on Friday. We had a great team meeting in preparation for the storm operations between the DPW, the police department, Kelly, myself, the mayor, Councilman Brennick as the liaison to the fire department. And I think that helped tremendously. We were able to put all our thoughts and ideas on paper ahead of time. Throughout the weekend, we were all in constant communication, and in real live time, we're addressing any concerns that were coming up. So I'm happy to work with this team. I think that everyone's got the best interest of the community at heart, and I think the result shows. So with that, that's all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Clerk Kelly.
Thank you, Mayor. By now, everyone should have received their 2026 calendar. This year, we changed the format so that the months are back-to-back. So they're all back-to-back. This way, when we get to December, everyone will know that the calendar runs through January of 2027. We hold back on the calendar in December because we receive a lot of additional information that we like to put in the next year's calendar. And so that's why we hold it back. If we can give you this information, it just helps us in the long run, and it also helps you. So some of that information we don't get until mid-December. So that's why we hold back on it, but that's also why we made it a 13th month calendar, so that you do have the month of January of the following year. So we hope that that is helpful to you. We hope the new format's helpful.
And we begin that process in June, Kelly, right? Every week or every month rather, starting in June, we meet and we start to plot out the year. So many hands on deck for the calendar. Thank you to Melissa and Kelly for all their efforts on putting it out. It is extremely valuable, and as Kelly said, some of the information from outside agencies don't get to us until December, and our effort is to get as much as we can inside so that the questions that you guys have as a community are answered ahead of time. So a lot of thought and process and thought goes into that process, and we're happy with the way that it turned out.
And also just want to mention that we also have a digital version of the 2026 calendar on our website for anybody who might want to use the calendar in that way. Elections for this year, county committee and 2 council seats are up. I will send my annual election email to the party leaders next week, and petitions are due by March 23rd by 4 p.m. Melissa and I will attend the Bergen County election officials annual meeting on February 19th in Hackensack, and report back anything that we might need to. I know it sounds like it's far away, but April 8th is the deadline to change your political party affiliation. And those forms are available on our website. We also have them here at Borough Hall if you're looking to change your political party affiliation. And that includes going to be an unaffiliated voter if that's what you choose. Starting tomorrow, just so that you're aware, our election drop box will be open for the special elections that are being held in Hohokus, Norwood, and Mahwah on March 10th. And so we're required to open, I'm not required to, the county will be coming to open that box so that people can drop their ballots from any of those towns if that happens to be the closest for them. Dog licensing is ongoing. Melissa's, again, doing an excellent job keeping up with the licenses and also cleaning up the rolls even more. We've issued 475 licenses as of today. Hohokus Free Rabies Clinic is February the 11th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the St. Luke's Church parking lot. There's also a free rabies clinic in Wyckoff on March 21st from 1 to 3 p.m. At their DPW garage at 475 West Main. Our alarm registrations will be going out shortly, followed by the tenant registrations. For those of you who get the email blast, you've noticed that there's been a legal notice in there with regards to Public Law 2025, Chapter 72, which is how we're going to be transitioning from traditional print newspaper to online platforms and the requirements that we have to go through in order to do that. This was signed by the Governor Murphy in June of last year. So you'll see that on our website in the Friday email blast, and right now we're required twice a month for the entire year of 2026 to put an ad in the paper. It'll be in the paper, online, and on our website telling you that you will be you need to go to our website to find the legal notices. In March, that notice will change slightly when we get the Secretary of State's link to her central legal notice webpage. The zoning board and planning board applications have also changed as the requirements for legal notices have changed. Joyce has been informed of that, and she has made the changes to both of the applications. I think that is all I have.
Oh, thank you very much. Borough Attorney, Mr. Mazzano.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm pleased to report this afternoon I got the order from the court on our COA settlement and everything, that everything's been approved. So the next step in the process is we're going to have to amend our ordinances. There's been substantial changes with the regulations that just came out. Their planner's working on revising the ordinance, but it's something he'll have done for us shortly. We'll get it introduced in February because then it's got to be flipped to the planning board for their review and comment. And they will review it hopefully at their March meeting, and then by March 10th, at this council meeting on March 10th, we'll have the public hearing on the ordinance because it all has to be adopted by March 15th. The legislation gave us a very narrow window in which the regulations get promulgated at the state and we have to do our process. But luckily, the meetings work out with the planning board meeting the first week of the month, so that we can consider the public hearing at the second meeting or the first meeting in March. And that's all, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Consent resolutions and resolutions of the governing body.
Okay. Be it resolved that the following resolutions herewith listed by consent, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Waldwick, are hereby passed and approved. 2026-46, approval of consent. 2026-47, approval of minutes recessed December 16, 2025 meeting, which was held January 6, 2026, and the reorganization meeting held January 6, 2026. Policy votes. A, Brittany Rodriguez requests to use Pavilion A on May 16th from 2 to 4 for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. B, Mark Goodell requests to use Pavilion B on July 18th from 1 p.m. to dusk for a gathering with alcoholic beverages being served. C, Waldwick Pistol and Rifle Club requests to use Pavilion A on September 13th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for a picnic with alcoholic beverages being served. 2026-48, authorizing submission of a grant proposal to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Fiscal Year 26 Local Recreation Improvement Grant Program. 2026-49, awarded non-fair and open professional service contract to Peter Lupo Esquire, Hoplite Communications, LLC, as telecommunications attorney in an amount not to exceed $10,000. 2026-50, awarded non-fair and open professional service contract for risk management consultant Frank Cavelli of Professional Service Associates. 2026-51, authorized service contract with the West Bergen Mental Health Care of Employee Assistance Program and Municipal Allocation. 2026-52, authorized release of road opening escrow block 163.16 lot 18.03. 2026-53, authorized waiver of permit fee to the Board of Education for the installation of a generator at Waldwick High School. 2026-54, approval of council manual for 2026. 2026-55, approval raffle license 2026-01 for the Waldwick Lions Club off-premise merchandise raffle. 2026-56, approval raffle license 2026-02 for the Waldwick Lions Club off-premise 50/50. 2026-57, authorized auto cab license for VIP car and limo service. 2026-58, appointment of keyboarding clerk 1 Gina Palouse. 2026-59, reappointment of keyboarding clerk 1 Denise Broderick. 2026-60, appointment of emergency temporary help Johnny Milano and William Schmidt. 2026-61, appointment of emergency temporary help for Deborah Bignino. 2026-62, accept donations various, and 2026-63, payment of vouchers.
Do I have a motion and a second to accept? Motion by Katie, second by Joe. Anyone on the question? Just want to talk about 2026-60. These are two retired men from the DPW. When you have a snow like that, a big amount like this, your staff should not be working more than 18 hours. So once they left or took a rest, we've had these men here just in case to fill in until the other men got back from resting, so that there was no problems with anybody in the town. Anyone else? Please take the roll, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you. Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Ms. Sarah Coldrake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
And Ms. Wingate?
Yes.
Okay, we have one introduction of ordinance. Would the clerk kindly read the ordinance?
Ordinance number 2026-01, an ordinance amending Chapter 91, Vehicles and Traffic, Section 91-12, parking time limits on certain streets, subsection A, for West Prospect Street to change time limits and hours.
Motion and a second is in order to move and pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Do I have a motion and a second? Motion by Andy, second by Angela. On the question, would you like to take this one?
Sure, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a recommendation from our police department, our chief specifically. We have had some issues in terms of parking for extended periods of time in this area of town, and the recommendation was to limit the parking in that area to a half hour, which we feel is a fair amount of time for customers coming into the businesses in that area, but also an opportunity for the police to be able to monitor it more easily than what's been going on now, and trying to avoid anybody from parking on those streets who might be using the train or overnight parking for homes or townhouses in that area as well. So this is on behalf of the PD, an opportunity to clean up that area.
Okay, anyone else? Clerk, please take the roll.
Mr. Brennick?
Yes.
Ms. Sarah Coldrake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wingate?
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody from the council have any unfinished business? Nope. New business, just a couple of items. It's been posted on our website, and also the school has it. It's the New Jersey State League of Municipalities Scholarship Program. It's given to a junior and a senior from Waldwick, which there's applications to fill out. And what it is you have to do a essay about what my municipal government does best. There's deadlines, criterias. All applications have to be submitted to me by March 9th, 2026 by 3 p.m., at which time whoever put an application in, there is a committee that is set up already that will review the application. It will be sent to the state, and then the state reviews who we think that is worthy of it, and the winner will receive $1,000. We've done this for the last maybe 7 years, and so far we had one person that received $1,000, and the rest of the students got honorable mention. And they receive a certificate and everything from the League of Municipalities. Also, the third annual Ramadan Crescent Lighting is January 31st, which is Saturday at 2 p.m. in the library. We're tracking the storm just in case there's going to be snow on Saturday. We'll have to work it out. If not, the DPW will be cleaning the area out so that we can put the crescent out there for them for the length of time that the Ramadan is being honored. That's all I have. Any other new business from anybody? Nobody?
I have some new business.
Yes.
Just want to talk about the Board of Education meeting that was held last night over Zoom. So I attended and just wanted to introduce myself because I'm the new liaison. And it was a short meeting, but one resident did ask about the field trips. So they were wondering why there was a discrepancy between some of the Trapegan field trips and the Crescent School field trips. And the board just informed her that they don't have anything to do with those choices. So they referred her to the school administrator. So she will, talk to the principal about that so they can work out the field trips. And one other thing that was mentioned was on Wednesday, February 11th, they'll at Trapegan, they'll be doing a screening of the movie Screenagers. So that's about the impacts of screen time on your children, and this one would be for the grade school children, the younger children. So it's important. I'll be attending too. I think that's important for all parents to see that, and then going forward, I will be attending the Board of Education meetings to meet everyone in person. So I look forward to that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, anybody from the public would have any comments? Please come up, state your name, just, not your address. And then once we're finished here, then we'll go up to the people in TV land.
David Guy. I was at the last council meeting. We honored one of our members for 50 years. I was just a little curious why the other 3 weren't mentioned,
They were honored at your installation dinner.
but not in a public forum. I
They
figured that I would
received
at
the
least get an
same plaque.
honorable
They received
honorable
the same,
mention.
they received the same plaque, they received the same honor, they received the same speech. I think Mr. Brennick was there because I was in Florida, and you honored them at your installation dinner. Usually we do honor everybody at your dinner. This gentleman didn't want to be at the dinner, and he asked to have it here. In the future, if there is a problem, you should come to us beforehand. You knew about it, the chief knew about it. He could have called us and told us this information.
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a low blow that one person is honored in a public forum in the town setting, and the other one is honored in, I guess, in a room of their peers at that much.
In the future, maybe they should come and talk to me about this.
Well, I'm just bringing it up to you that I think it's
Understood.
a little bit of a low blow for,
Understood.
especially when one is sitting in the audience. I mean, 50 years is a pretty big accomplishment
It
too.
is, and they were all honored the same way.
They were
I had
not.
no idea that
They were
happened.
not.
I had no idea that was happening. I wouldn't have been for that. I think we should have honored everybody. I was at the installation dinner,
Yeah,
and,
no,
and even then I didn't know that some were given an honor then and not here.
I'm fully aware that you got all the same plaque and everything, but at least an honorable mention to say, hey, otherwise
Fine.
should have been taken care of. That's all I'm saying.
The fire department should have also thought about that when we did the same thing for Tommy Gusper. No one complained about that when everybody else was honored another way.
I'm not sure
He
what
was
you're
honored
talking
here
about.
also.
Who was honored here?
Thomas Gusper. He did not want to be honored by the fire department, and we honored him here. But in the future, I will check with the chief and make sure the chief understands what's going on, or your president also.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Megan Vesey. I just wanted to bring up 2 different things. So the first, I don't know if Waldwick has ever, since we don't have a community center, approached Midland Park to talk to them about the possibility of, letting Waldwick residents use their Dairy Street Rec Barn, where they have, the kids can play basketball and there's ping pong tables and things like that. So I don't know if that's something that was ever considered in the past, and if it wasn't, if that's something that might be considered.
We do, so there is a program for their camp, their
Yes.
summer camp, which includes that Red Barn
Yes.
and all of the activities that they host inside and outside. They do open up that camp every year for many years to Waldwick residents at the same fee. So, and then Waldwick has in return allowed them to sign up for the Waldwick pool as members, resident member rates. So it's a nice relationship we have. Outside of that, I don't know if that's ever been explored at different times a year, but we can always reach out and ask them about that.
Okay. Yeah, a thought I had about it too is if, if they weren't interested or the town wasn't interested in a big agreement like that, even something simple like how at the library they have passes that you could, get for the day to go to the Hermitage or for the Natural History Museum. Would the library, be able to have like a pass that somebody could pay, a couple dollars for it to be able to go to the rec barn for a couple hours just to hang out there. Like I know my 9th grader would pay, $2 to be able to go to the rec barn and play ping pong with friends for a couple
We
hours.
could also reach out to Allendale because they have a new rec center. Good idea, thank you.
And then the other thing that I wanted to bring up is I'm a member of the Environmental Committee, and it's nice to see you at the meeting. I was excited to hear about the property that the town now owns by the Waldwick Gardens. And I know at one point, there was talk that we might be able to do a walkthrough as part of the Environmental Committee. And I personally am pretty excited about, the possibilities of what could happen there. Who knows what it could be? Senior center, community gardens, passive park or something like that. But I was curious if, there has been any further talk about it, or if that might be a priority for the next year as to what the town does want to do with it, and, going forward.
Sure, so the council had made a decision at the time of purchase that that would be and remain passive park area. So it's a conversation we've continued to have in 2025 about the long-term plans. We haven't drawn anything up yet, but it will be passive parkland. There is a house at the back side of the property that exits out to Brady Street. That property and that house will stay as is, and then the rest of that property right up against the gardens will stay as parkland. So while no firm plans have been made for what that'll look like, that will be drawn up based on what the council wishes to have there, but it will be passive, open parkland.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening. Lino Gagliotti. I'm a resident of Harrison Avenue, and I also own Evolve Salon right here on West Prospect. I just had a question about, being that Rite Aid is now vacant, has there been any consideration in possibly the town acquiring some of that parking lot for the West Prospect businesses? Because, Rite Aid has been lenient with everybody being able to park there, and if a new tenant comes in and doesn't allow us, it could be pretty detrimental to the business district.
It's privately,
Yeah,
the property is
it's
privately
privately
owned. The council hasn't made any, determinations that they would want to purchase any of that.
Yeah.
But, that's something they could consider if
Yeah.
they wanted to, but they'd have to be in touch with the private property owner for plans. While we don't have firm plans on what is going on in there, we do believe there's a new occupant that'll be coming in, and they're preparing for it, and, they'll work through the building department on that, but, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that up because
Yeah, if somebody else takes over that building, it's hard for us to buy, anything from them because they're going to want that building for themselves.
yeah, I know. And then with the
Problem.
development that's going to happen, it's going to,
But I think the previous, like Rite Aid was very generous with everybody.
Yeah, they
allowed
led.
the park, so whoever this new company or whoever's coming in, maybe we should reach, residents or whatever, we could sit down and talk with them. I know the Lions Club they use
Yeah,
the
they do.
area, which they've been very generous with the Lions Club. The Lions Club takes care of them also, which is
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So I just wanted to see if there was anything, or just to throw the idea out there, basically. All right. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? If not, anybody in?
One hand raised. Joanne, are you able to unmute?
I am unable to. Good evening.
How are you?
Administrator, good evening. I'm very well, thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening.
Council. May I please ask for an update from the hydraulics engineer on the water remediation plan to deal with our groundwater situation?
Sure. We did receive a preliminary plan from H2M, as we've all been anxiously waiting for. Internal review of that plan is currently taking place, so that we can come up with any follow-up questions or clarifications that we need on our end. But I can tell you that the plan and the memo that they sent over to the borough talks about a number of different possible options to start long-term remediation of the system. Nothing that was a surprise, but Councilman Martinello touched on the fact that, this will help guide the conversation on the capital project side for the water system and, what the decision is by the borough to move forward and where funds may want to be allocated. So once that is, like I said, internally, once we are clear, there were some questions that we had, some information that was possibly missing. There was a map we were waiting for. So once that is all completed and we can all take a look at it, we can go ahead and share that with the public as well. Yeah.
Okay. No one else? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by somebody. Courtney, second by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Good night, everyone, and please be careful going home.